as much as possible to do this every Friday. We're going to be having a master class every Friday. Now, one of my favorite quotes that I heard from Dr. Mba is, he says, the apprentice is unwilling to fail because he didn't want to try. I'm paraphrasing. He says the master has failed more times than the apprentice is unwilling to try. This is one of the reasons for so many failures. And someone said yesterday, Mr. Medidem said yesterday, that it is better you fail while trying to do something than failing without doing anything, because you will still fail anyway. So why not fail trying to do something? So I thought about, so many things, and I realized that what I should do every Friday is to train on the skills and the system and structure of C2NFG. That's what I'll just do on Fridays when I want to train. So either I'm training on the systems, or I'm training on the 7 skills, or I'm training on the C2NFG structure. So, mute everyone and make sure that no one is obstructing this session, please. I'm going to try, and when I'm done, I'll share it on the YouTube channel so that we can go back to, check it out again for those of us who really want to get a second view, okay? So the system edition 4.0 redefined. Now this was redefined 2022. I'm sure some of you have not joined the business then. It's not on a slide. It's on a PowerPoint document. So it was edited by Dr. Victor Abausin and was actually adopted by the whole of C2NFG. Okay, so how do you introduce yourself as a network marketer? How do you introduce yourself as a network marketing professional in C2NFG? Now, this is one of the things people don't know how to do. Okay, they don't know how they introduce themselves. Some of you say, I am a, whatever it is that you're just comfortable with. And most times this question throws some of you off balance. Now, how do you respond when someone asks you, what do you do? In reality, you simply say, I'm a network marketer, or I'm a network marketing professional. But because, like the network marketing profession has been misunderstood for a very long time. Some of you are trying to see, oh, this business that people don't believe in. So you're jittering, you're afraid to talk about the business that you are into, that pays your bills, if it really does pay your bills. So listen to this. How do you respond when someone asks you, what do you do? Here's a simple answer. My name is Jibun of Miracle. So you can say, my name is Umaru Joab. My name is Babajide Oke. I develop business network for Century 21 Freedom Group International. Now, as part of my job description, I show individuals alternative ways to access capital to start a business, fund an existing business, or fund projects without dropping collateral, without taking loans, and of course, without paying back the funds generated. Now, take that again. I develop business network for Century 21 Freedom Group International. That's a good start. That's a catchy start. Okay, so now, as part of my job, I show individuals alternative way to access capital. Okay, so I can go like, I develop business network for C2NFG. Now, as part of what I do, I show open-minded and forward-thinking persons a system that can help them become a better version of themselves. I'm sure you can catch that. You can relate with that now, owing to the fact that this is one of the reasons we are doing the Diamond Project. So my name is Ken Ihiboya. I develop business network for C21FG. As part of my job description, I show open-minded persons a business system that can help them raise funds and, of course, become a better version of themselves through our mentorship and our systems. Catchy, right? I'm sure you agree that's catchy. So now your introduction must be scripted in such a way as to make the person asking the question, okay? Make the person asking the question know how you do what you do. Okay, so now remember the whole idea is the question is leading to making sure that they are hungry to take a look at what you do. Okay, so let me take it again. My name is Ken. I develop business network for Century 21 Freedom Group International. As part of my job description, I show open-minded and forward-thinking persons who are entrepreneuring a business system that help them generate funds and, of course, help them also become a better version of themselves using our business systems. Catchy, right? Okay, so now they won't know how you do that. I'd like to know more about what you do. Someone can ask, or someone can say, from your answer, that can open the door for you to invite them to a business opportunity meeting. Or right there and then, you can send them a video that can help them go through like the 13 minutes short video that we have. Okay, so let's look at some scripts. Now remember, everything about our business, our profession is scripted. I realized this when I heard Eric Warren using scripts. He has so many scripts. And I was like, wow. So don't think that you are trying to deceive someone when you are using scripts. Remember, these scripts were introduced before you joined the business, before you were born into the business. So let's look at some invitation scripts. Now, points to note how to get between 70 to 100% invitation result. Number one, you need to be very confident. You need to be very confident. Remember, you are a multi-million-dollar business owner trying to select people to be part of your team. Now, let me digress this way. When I was in the bank, when we want to recruit, the first thing we decide the position we want to fill. Then the next thing we set criteria of the people who are going to fill that position. So we say, okay, we need BSc holders, freshers that is no more than 26 years of age, and they must be in the social science field. There, in another case, we can say we need experienced hire, people who have worked within 1 to 5 years. We ask them to submit their resume, and then we sort. Sorting means we are removing those who do not meet the criteria, then we invite them for an interview. So what you are doing, you are actually inviting people. You are selecting people. Not everyone is deserving or can be deserving to join your business. Let me remind you. So you need to be confident. You don't have anything to lose. They have everything to gain from you. Next, you need to ensure that your phone and your environment is conducive to make calls. You don't try to make calls and you'll be hearing the hooting of cars and trucks, or the ambience is not serene enough and people will be hearing some distracting music from the background. Next, do not assume that they must be qualified to come to your office for the business partnership. Remove emotions from your calls, remove sentiment. See, let me tell you something. I don't know why you would you'll be jittering when you're making a call. You might just be surprised. Okay, let me give an example. Look at Engineer Babajide, Engineer Akman. They are successful, advanced men who have worked in the oil and gas sector and retired as senior managers and CEOs. Imagine Engineer Akman, for instance, is making a call and he's talking to a 17-year-old boy, okay, an 18-year-old boy, and he's jittering. I mean, think about it. The guy is hearing the voice and is respectful because he's hearing an advanced voice, while him at the other end is jittering because he just feeling that, will he say no, will he say yes? You do not need to add emotions. You are a multi-million-dollar organization And guess what? You will take your time to research before calling a qualified candidate for a business partnership. Just like I said, we have to sort in the bank before we call you to come for your first interview. So you must keep your questions, okay, your questionnaire for at least 3 to 5 days if you are using the questionnaire before you are inviting them. You want to check it out and sort it out very well to be very sure. And I always recommend, if you're using questionnaire, by the time you come back from the field, do a message thanking them for their response and telling them that they will be contacted between 2 to 3 days. That's the appropriate thing to do. Okay, so every organization selects the best, like I said, and invite the person immediately for an opportunity. No single individual is bigger than a group of individuals, irrespective of your excuses. So people do not easily take a decision. They do not easily make a decision when they see new things. Remember, we're looking at the point you should note why you are making the call. Some people can make decisions instantly because their risk appetite is very, very high. But I need you to know that there are some people genuinely, they would want to go and sleep over this 2 to 3 days, and they'll get back to you if actually they want to make their own research. So help people to make a decision by giving them an option to choose from. You can say, okay, when will I call you back? What do you want me to do to help you get more information about this? Okay? Just be a part of the decision process they want to make by contacting them after they've seen your business opportunity. So let's look at some signs of failure. Compiling a list of people that you're not in touch with is one of the signs that you're going to fail. For instance, we say submit XYZ number of contacts. Once you see this opportunity, or you that have even seen the opportunity, submit, for instance, we say submit 200, 500, 1,000 contacts so that we can start reaching out to them. And the only thing you decide to do, you just felt maybe there's a magic that we're going to do. Remember, we're not working for you. We're working with you. So we need you. We need your cooperation to be able to make a success out of this. So we want you to give us the contact of people you are in touch with, people that know you. So if you will not do that, it's a sign that you're going to fail. People have done it before. They just, oh, this is a time to write all the names. That's when you start seeing my barbing man, my electrician, my mechanic. You start hearing names like that because they really do not know these people. So that's why they do not save their contact with the name. And you know, from this business, I realized that you know somebody very well when you have their name and their surname saved. That's what I do. Those of you who work with me, you realize I always say, save the name and the surname. I do it a lot. I want to call you Babajide Oke. And when you hear, you know that, oh, this person knows me very well. Next is another sign of failure is trying to do it your own way. Now, let me tell you something. We have a system, a proven system that has created billionaires and multi-millionaires. If you want to reinvent the wheel, you will fail very fast. So follow the system. Another sign of failure is when you use the wrong word. Now, how do you know a doctor? How do you know a lawyer? Okay? How do you know a doctor? How do you know a lawyer? It's by their language. They have their linguas in this profession. So in the network marketing profession, we have our language. Okay? When you hear things like downlines, when you hear things like upline, okay? When you hear things like DTC structure, you don't say my partner. When the person joins the business, it's no longer your partner in that sense. In the language of network marketing, it's your downline. It's your downline. Or some people call it associates. It's your business associate. So you must use the right word. Okay? You must use the right word. Next, you trying to satisfy your prospect's curiosity. So in the network marketing profession, we call it prospect. We don't call them customers, as it were. There's a difference between customers and prospects. Okay, so we need to learn that. I'll have a training on how to differentiate, help you who is a customer who is a connector, and who is a prospect, okay? You trying to satisfy their curiosity is another sign for you to say, now, what does this mean? You've sent a text message to a prospect, a friend that you're recommending him or her to a business opportunity, and they call you, and you're trying to prep them for the meeting by saying, well, this is what the business is all about, and if it's convenient for you, try to go. Trying to divulge information to them before they see the business opportunity is you trying to satisfy their curiosity. Now, let's look at what your mindset should be like. What your mindset should be like. Oh my God, we are really, the time is really fast spent, and I promise I will not rush this. I won't rush this. We'll take it gradually, okay? Now, a posture of confidence is the right mindset. Is one of the right things you should have. Now, the mentality for every successful invitation starts with an extremely powerful posture. Now, the mentality for a very successful invitation starts with an extremely powerful posture. What should your posture be like? Remember, you're offering them a good mind. They should know that. You should relax. See, let me tell you, say, John, if you know what I'm offering you, you would beg me to and pay for this to attend. That's the kind of confidence you should have. Not trying to plead with them to attend. Remember, you have the gift. They need you. You don't need them. So if you attend or not, it's not a big deal, John. I have nothing to lose here, but you have everything to gain. Now, the next is be in a hurry. You know, people like people that things are going on with or for. Do not be too relaxed in your invitation process. People pay attention to those who have other things going on in their life. So you just like, you tap your watch when you're making an invitation. Hey, John, I'm kind of busy right now. Can I have a minute of your time? Then you pass your information. Always be in a hurry. It's one of the sales skill that you must master. Always be in a hurry. Then the next is you need to express value. You need to express value. Now, when you are in a hurry, let me go back to that. It kind of take them away from that zone where they want to relax and ask you all the questions that exist in the world. So they want to say, you say, oh, John, remember I told you I have to be in a meeting in the next 1 minute. But can I talk to you in the next 30 seconds? So if he's asking questions, you say, remember I told you I have a meeting. You want the questions to be answered in the meeting. Okay, the questions, you want them to be answered in the meeting. Then the third is express value. Ensure the prospect clearly hears the purpose of the call and understands they cannot afford to miss out on what you're offering. Now, remember, I did say that how you introduce yourself, you say, my name is Ken. I develop business network for Century 21 Business International. As part of my job description, we help open-minded and forward-thinking persons raise funds and, of course, become the best version of themselves. When you say that to me, that's value expressed. I want to be like, whoa, that looks nice. Then I want to ask the next question, so how do you guys do this? Then I'll tell you, to get more information about this, I'll send you a video or I'll be inviting you. There's a session that we have, and I have few slots, very limited slots. If I go ahead and get 1 slot from the remaining 2 slots, or you could even say from the 1 slot remaining, my 1 slot, if you say such, I'm sure the person, because you have expressed value, would want to take a look. I'm sure you agree, they want to take a look. Okay, so this infuses a higher sense of commitment to attend the meeting, period. Now, no matter what sticks to the script, no matter what, stick to this script. No matter what, no matter, that's why I told us that in our team, we're going to stick to the same script. We're going to say the same thing so that it can easily duplicate. Remember, in our profession, it does not matter what works. What matters is what duplicates. Okay? Because what works can work for A, it might not work for B. But what duplicates can duplicate for everyone. So I think I should be able to talk about contact recommendation today. I have 14 minutes. I have just 14 minutes. It's going to be short classes, so that I will not rush it. Okay? If you're getting value so far, I'd like you to go to the comment section and type value. If you're getting value, go to the comment section and type value. Okay, so contact recommendation. Contact recommendation. Now, I also want to say at this point that when you join the business of network marketing, the best thing you can do to yourself is to grow to become independent. And one of the ways you can do this is to make sure that you understand the system. I'm going to make this available to every one of us immediately after this meeting so you can begin to go through it before our next masterclass. Okay, now send this without editing anything to your prospects. Do not edit. When there is a need to edit, I would let you know. And listen, do not send it as a WhatsApp message. Before you can send it as a WhatsApp message, make sure you have sent this first as an SMS. Now, when I joined this business 2019, I just realized, I wasn't taught this. I just realized that I want to really contact these people. I was excited. So I figured out that if I send a text message to them, my friends, my contact, if I send a text message to them in the afternoon, for instance, when they are busy working, if I send a text message to them, a recommendation text message to them, they may not see it. So I realized that the best time to send a message to them is from 7 p.m. in the night. So it's either they see it before they sleep or they wake up to it. So you can send a message like this: hello, Chike, how is everything? There is a global project development group I came across that is in search of enterprising individual. So I submitted your contact. They might call you. Have they called? So you see, a very simple message. Immediately you do this, Chike will want to start replying or calling you. Hey, Mr. Babajide, I got your message. What is it all about? Then you can introduce yourself. So you can say something like this. Listen, let's go back to the beginning. Oh, Chike, thank you for your response. I came across this business development group, and as part of their job description, what we do is that we help enterprising and open-minded persons develop a business system that will help them generate funds and, of course, become a better version of themselves. I just joined their mentorship, and I was asked to recommend open-minded persons like you. That's why I sent your number. Please make sure that your phone is always available so that when they call you, you do not miss their call. Something like that can be very valid. Or you can use this script for calling your contacts to inform them about your recommendation. If you don't want to send a text message, you know, people are always jittery, they are afraid, they are scared. That's why we say be confident. When you say recommend people, they start looking for those people who they know they can oppress. They don't want to call their main friends and family members. And of course, people they respect that are in their contact, HNIs, high net worth individuals. You can go ahead and call. If you want to really create success very fast, you can even decide that with the text message you have sent, you still go ahead and make calls. So the call can be like this, very brief one. Hi, John. A gentleman or lady named Dickin Ken He said you should always know the person making the call. He's going to call you this week about something very important and private. Be sure to take his call for a few minutes. We will talk later. So you can start like this. Hey, John, I have to be in a meeting right now. But if there's this gentleman or this lady, based on the name of the person who is making your call, that will call you this week. Now you want to say the name of the person making your call so that when the person calls John and says his or her name, John can easily relate. So he's going to call you this week about something very important and private. Be sure to take his call for a few minutes. We will talk later. Or you can say, John, in respect of the message I sent to you, a gentleman or lady named Ken is going to call you this week about the information I dropped for you yesterday. Be sure to take his call for a few minutes. We'll talk later. Now, listen, if your prospect call you to ask questions, just respond like this. They are a global project development group that empowers enterprising individuals to raise funds for any project through their working systems and mentorship. Through their working systems and mentorship. Okay? Then you can go as far as saying this. They have very limited slots and it's not for everyone. It's strictly by recommendation. So you have to get a recommendation to be a part of the business opportunity. This is when some other questions are arising. So what are they into? They're into empowerment through their mentorship and working system. Then end with, let me know when they call, okay? So you can go further again. If they ask, what is it all about? You know, now at this point, you already know, instead of you to be jittering or you are afraid, you already know that the person is now curious. The person is now curious. So if they ask, what is it all about? You say, okay, it's a global project development group that shows selected people systems to generate cash flow for your project without interest rate or dropping collateral. I connected to one of their superiors for the offer, and he asked me to recommend a credible person I know. So I gave them your number. Now, you see, you're already saying that they are credible. Please let me know if they contact you, okay? So listen again. If they insist, you tell them exactly what it's all about. You already started profiling the people. Some are open-minded, some are not. Then you go again, repeating yourself, like I said. You're repeating yourself again, like I said. They are a global business development group that shows selected, then you can now add only selected persons, a business system to generate cash flow for your project without dropping interest rate or collateral. I connected to one of the superior for the offer, and he asked me to recommend a credible person I know. I know you're credible. That's why I gave them your number. So please let me know if they contact you. Okay? Amazing, right? Now, if they ask, does it involve money? Does it involve money? Then you can ask, Chike, John, did I mention money in all that I said? Repeat the response and add, have you been desiring to generate extra cash flow for yourself and family? Then pray to be one of those selected and called to show this system. And again, you say, just let me know if they contact you. So remember, you are a multi-million-dollar organization selecting people to partner with you. So you're not supposed to be the one afraid of what their response will be. And remember also, if it was an interview, you have the gift, you have the system, you have the business, you want to show it to them. Okay, so if they ask questions further, like, is there anything that explains who they are in details? You know, at this point, they want to go do a research. But let me tell you something I found out. When people are talking like this, it's out of curiosity. They really will not have the time to go and start researching and researching. Some will do, I promise you, but 90% will not. 90% will not. It is still just a question that want to test your confidence level. So you can say this, to the best of my knowledge. If they say, is there anything that explains who they are in details? You can say, to the best of my knowledge, they interact with people face to face. And at the end of which they select their partner. So is that not what happens at interview sessions? That's what happens. So to the best of my knowledge, they interact with people face to face. And at the end of which they select their partners. So right now, let's hope that you get selected and be called. So again, you say, let me know once they contact you, okay? All right. So now look at the next question. Is it networking? This is why some of you don't want to respond. When you send a text message to your prospect, they are calling you, you are avoiding the call. Don't avoid the call. If you send text message to 50 persons and they all call you, be glad. Pick their call. Is it network? That's why I'm telling you, if you don't have a system, you will not do well in the business. If they ask, is it networking? Say, like I said, it's a global project development group that shows selected people system to generate cash flow for your project without interest rate or collateral. Just let me know if they contact you, okay? Period. Period. So if they say, I'm not coming until you explain everything, blah, 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 it's just very simple. It's like, John, you want to have a haircut over the phone. Is it possible to have a haircut over the phone with your barber? Absolutely no. You can't have a haircut over the phone. So if they say, I'm not coming until you explain everything to me, tell them it's okay. Because remember, these guys are your friends, they're your family members, they're your colleagues, they're your church members, they're your business partners. It's okay, that's not an issue at all. I was only asked to recommend a credible and forward-thinking person. And I saw you as one, hence I recommended you, but it's very much okay if you choose not to listen to them. It's your choice, and I respect that. But if in any case you happen to change your mind, feel free to let me know. Then you go ahead, succeed, and share your testimony with them. They'll come around, I promise you. I have just 1 minute. I don't know if I can take some more. So if a prospect calls you after 2 days saying they have not contacted me up till now, it means that person is open-minded and is ready to see what you have to offer. It also means you have actually used the system correctly. Then you tell the person it means you have not been selected. Don't say, hey, they've not called you. Let me call them to call you now. Say it means you have not been selected. But like I said, they are an organization and they must have a lot of recommendations they are sorting. So keep praying. In fact, I will join you in praying. Let's hope that you get selected and be called. Then you can say, there's someone in the organization I know. Let me see if I can speak to him on your behalf. You're not calling anybody. You just made a promise. Okay? So it's about time. And we're going to continue from here. I hope you learned something today. Mr. Joab, you can stop the share. I hope you learned something today. We're going to continue from here in our next masterclass. You can stop the recording. We're going to continue from here in our next masterclass. We're going to start from if the prospect calls saying they have contacted me.